Good morning, I'm Clinton Griffiths. While most dairy cows infected with avian flu do recover, a new report says some are dying or are being slaughtered due to secondary infections. Now, Reuters is reporting cows infected with H5N1 in 5 states either died from the virus or were culled because they did not recover from it. Ag Day's Michelle Rook joins me with the very latest on this developing story. Michelle.
Well, Clinton, USDA has reported H5N1 has now infected dairy cows in more than 80 herds across 11 states, and those death losses indicate the economic toll could be greater than initially thought. However, officials tell me it isn't anything like the mass culling in the poultry industry, and they don't expect it to get to that level. The percentage of dairy cows that have died from H5N1 is small. However, animal health officials in South Dakota confirm a 1,700 head dairy culled a dozen animals that didn't recover from the virus and another dozen that contracted secondary infections after the flu weakened their immune system.
Some herds have been reporting that, and that's resulted in some culling or maybe even some death losses in some cases. And it's hard to put a percentage and a number on that.
However, Daly once again stressed that the dairy cows aren't directly dying from H5N1.
The flu itself is not killing the animals, but it's the problems that happen because of the flu that I mentioned earlier, the secondary pneumonias, the digestive problems, those other infections.
In fact, the large majority of herds are reporting infected lactating dairy cows experience a fever, lost appetite, and a drop in milk production, but then quickly recover.
That is one thing that is amazing. I mean, it's kind of like you and I getting the flu. 2-3 days, we don't feel quite right, but a few days later, we're back into the milking string. We're back out in the barn with all the other cows and producing milk.
It does seem like after they get through it, they'll see a 10 to 20% loss of milk production when it's in their herd. But once they get through it, things start to come back to normal.
So while HPAI is having an economic impact on herds, they're not concerned the illness will reach pandemic levels. I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Day.